business.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This isn't any regular heat. This is nuclear heat. Live from the 93.7 The Ticket studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Bringing you the latest from the Square Circle on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Jake Bockoven.
That's right. We are back here for another week of Nuclear Heat, our WWE Week in Review show on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bockoven with you as always. Usually my tag team partner, Nuclear Heat contributor Augie Pena, in here with me as well. But I turned heel on him, and we're no tag team partners anymore. No, he's just sick. So he'll be back here in the near future. But I had to go and ask. So I said, I got to find somebody that knows some wrestling. There's got to be someone around here. Oh, that's right. The station owner, Derek Pearson, can talk circles around my wrestling historically for certain, and certainly also pays very much attention to it now, as I know. What was the last premium live event you went to? I know you went to a few good ones in the last couple years.
I'm on the clock for Kansas City.
Okay.
In May. The last one I went to was, I want to say Toronto. Which yeah, you know, it's a big pay-per-view. You know, I was invited to Baltimore AEW.
Oh, okay.
And I was just I had to fight. I had to fight it. Like I wanted to go, but I fought it. Yeah. And so I'm here instead. And but I'm going Kansas City in May, Vegas in June. Yeah.
And the Vegas one is I think you were telling me is a deal together with MMA or UFC.
Yeah.
All the UCF, the Huskers playing UCF. That's going to throw me off the legs. Hey,
man.
UFC
hey, man. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, because they're under the same umbrella now, ownership umbrella. They are kind of connecting themselves and connecting events, and they're accepting some of the same marketing ideas. And so shared space, like once you rent the space, you might as well keep it, right? And so they're doing a lot of events back to back. It's kind of a WWE, UFC fan fest, where there's tons of meet and greet and that sort of thing. And they both, I really wish every other sport had to go to a UFC, WWE marketing event, the fan event, to understand the power of giving exposure and doing that sort of thing. The Huskers have a little bit of it as well. But yeah, we're gonna go to a couple events and get the fanboy out and try to act like I'm asking interesting questions.
I know you do a good job. They're going to be exciting. It is promo season. This week we review Raw and SmackDown. And I think the most interesting things leading up to WrestleMania, as now would this time of year makes sense, is the promos. Now there's some good action in the ring too that we'll get to, but the Cody and Cena promo to start Raw certainly got things going in a good way. Others would argue on SmackDown, Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton had a promo that maybe some would argue at least went off the rails, but we'll talk about both those, and we usually do it in order of operation of which they happen. So we usually start off with Raw, and then we will get to SmackDown. So I can't wait to hear your kind of thoughts, because DP, I have noticed over the years talking wrestling with you, although we are both strong wrestling fans, we have different rooting interests often. I kind of like Gunther and Dominic Mysterio, and these are people that you do not necessarily cheer for. So
you're spectacular in saying his name properly, but I have to be disrespectful. I have to be disrespectful. So I try not to be the total mark, right? Like I don't necessarily need to follow what they want me to do, the call and response, but I understand. But I'm never gonna say Gunter's name right. I'm just never like, I don't understand it. Like, I know his journey, right? That maybe there may not be anybody in pro wrestling who's put in the work on themselves through their life than that man. But it still doesn't make him interesting. It still
it just doesn't it for you.
It's he's Baron von Raschke without the character, without the charisma. at least von Raschke gave you the voice, right? He gave you the catchphrases. What is Gunther's catchphrase?
Not slap another guy in the chest.
Right, like I mean, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
Like, does he have like real the ring? Yenna Rao?
Yeah,
Like that's
Ludwig Kaiser introducing him. I think that's
pretty
fun.
Come on. So, I appreciate them trying to make him a greater villain than he is. There was even talk of them trying to turn him face. Right, that's the face I made too, Bach. But to go down this path, why did you build up Jimmy?
Why did you take him out? I guess.
Why did you build up Jay? Why did you build up? This is where I am as a fan with the two programs, and I have more understanding of what's going on in NXT than I do Raw or SmackDown. But why would you build up the Usos to break up the Usos, to build up the Usos, and then turn them into Rocky's beef rib? Beat up victim in Rocky. Like,
yeah.
why would you do that?
Well, I think they were trying with that feud in particular. It's interesting because they went with Jey Uso had a few botches, and what happened to wrestlers all the time. They ran with it. They kind of made it part of the story. Said, okay, well now he's struggling. He's against his inner self, or like doubting himself or whatever. And so I thought that was kind of a dangerous turn they were starting to make. Now he's going to be wildly over with the audience and the introduction one way or the other.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel like that was the route they were going. So when they set up Jimmy and Gunther, I thought for interest's sake, Gunther is going to have to almost kill Jimmy. So I actually liked it because it turns the perspective or the focus on that feud instead from, hey, Jay's kind of botching a lot. Let's ride it. Let's ride that wave into Jay needs to get redemption for his brother, as well as beat Gunther, who they've told the story he hasn't beaten yet.
So we're going to sacrifice two Hall of Fame wrestlers for Gunther.
I think Jay's going to win. You don't at
well,
WrestleMania?
I think he's going to win,
Yeah.
but why is this the path? Is this the path? Like you built 4 years of the bloodline to break up the bloodline several times through several people, only to bring back the bloodline without the bloodline.
It is getting a little lost.
Like, wait. Hey, Roman, bruh. Like, what are you doing? And then, wait a minute. He's getting beat up and no help?
Yeah, apparently
Like,
they're just no longer interested.
No help. No help at all. And, okay, so I really don't like Gunther, man.
He just can't stomach him.
Like, it's just.
Do you like his in-ring work? He's a pretty good in-ring wrestler, don't you think? Put on good matches with bigger opponents.
Well, because he's done. Okay, so what's his best? What was his best match? Literally Friday night, on Monday night was his best match ever.
I thought they had like good ones with Sheamus.
Ever like
Damian
that was his that is his moment. Like that's going to be on his highlight reel.
Yeah,
and it wasn't. I don't think it was on purpose.
Well, his power slam, I've said from the beginning, once I first set eyes on him when he's Walter, and he had his big coat, I kind of like that character a little better. But in any case, his power slam always looks dangerous. It looks like it's not quite professionalized.
All of it. Like I'm a member of the Slap Club. Like take it all the way back to Chief Jay Strongbow, Wahoo McDaniel, Ric Flair chops, like the quality.
Yeah.
And if you tell me that that's what you're selling and that's his thing, okay, Okay, fine. But then to not have a meaningful moment on the microphone. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. Like, I'm like, oh, there's that dude again. Like, he's sandwich time.
Yeah.
He's sandwich time.
The popcorn match.
Yeah, right. Like, it's like, okay. If I miss this, somebody can tell me. Bach literally just saved me 18 minutes by telling me what happened in 18 seconds. Thank you, kind sir. Because we missed nothing.
Well, it does make you wonder too, and I know Imperium wasn't all. I'm a big fan of Ludwig Kaiser, and I think when you pair a guy that struggles a little bit on the mic with somebody that can carry it for him, that can go a long way. And they kind of broke that down. I can't even remember the third member of that.
Right.
Because they treated him so poorly.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of weird because they've partied them without really having. They're still Imperium. They're still like together, but you never see them together. They're all doing their own thing. It's like I just felt all along if you had Ludwig Kaiser and give them a third real stablemate. If you didn't like the other guy, fine, but find somebody else for him. And I think they could have been stronger in numbers with Gunther still being the muscle of the group, if you will. A lot of guys have come up, Batista, Roman Reigns. You throw them in a group, and then eventually their character develops where they can take off on their single run.
But the only reason you create a faction like that is to break it up.
Yeah, eventually.
That literally is it. And with Tiffy, that's the bigger story. It's the only reason I care about Ludwig.
Yeah.
Why for Kaiser? You think I care? You think I care otherwise? Like, two dudes never did leg day. Two dudes who just refuse to do leg day. And then you go, okay, all right. Bach, if Ludwig walked in here right now and put up his dukes, right? Neither one of us would be threatened.
See, with his long and thin frame, but he's got athleticism. If you put him and Montez Ford together, I don't know what you'd call them, but I love them because they're just long, stringy.
They're the yoga boys. I don't know what you would call them. Because I've never seen anything like. I don't know what. I think back to what was Edge, Christian and Edge with the vampires. The Brood.
Yeah.
The Brood.
Yep.
Right? Even then, I thought that you're putting the guy out front who's the least interesting guy. And it turns out we were historically right.
Yeah.
Like, historically right that Edge and Christian were 10 times more interesting than Gangrel. Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, you've done that thing, right? That you outshine the moment. I thought this about the Freebirds with Michael Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Buddy Rogers. I thought the two guys behind it were way more interesting. For them, they haven't intrigued me enough to care, which is the psychology part that they talk about selling so hard. Bach, those are guys I want to see get beat up. So they've won. You got me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm rooting for them to get beat up, but because I haven't gotten the payoff yet. And I will celebrate that day, mind you.
Oh, you will, yeah.
The day that Gunther gets his comeuppance, I will raise a glass. I'm still mad that they had Roman Reigns. I thought it was going to happen. Then Brock Lesnar. I thought it was going to happen. Right? I thought they were going to get him. Nope. Still standing. Both of them. He got the hot chick.
You should boost him up for that, right?
How did Bach, please explain that to me. How did he get the hot chick?
I don't know. He must be interesting behind the scenes.
Apparently, you and I are missing the boat.
Well, like you said, skip lay day, girls for the girls. That can work
out. and G-strings. Yeah, that's the tightest tights ever.
Oh yeah,
the tightest tights ever.
It certainly is interesting, and oh man, locker room dynamics is even more interesting in WWE. That's why we like to follow it. But again, go back to Raw. I want to get your thoughts on the Cody Cena promo, because Cody, and I was talking to Adam Carricker about this. He said Cody went 8 Mile because he started off saying, "All right, I got a lisp, I got an arm tattoo on my neck." So he was listed off all the things that Cena could use against him. Cena, obviously, if you follow wrestling, know he's an all-time promo and a guy you don't want to get in a mic argument with. But Cody stood pretty tall. I think there's a Vince McMahon reference, and so it was a very good promo back and forth between each other. ends up with Cena getting attempting to attack Cody, and Cody hits him with a crossroad. I don't necessarily love the action like that before WrestleMania. I'd love to wait for it, but the promo was fantastic.
Well, you've got to give Cody some juice early, because otherwise it becomes opening night fair. Like, it's night one, fight number one. Like, you have to be careful on this card and how you play it. And I don't know. It still has to be night one headline.
You think so? It's still night one?
Well, it can't be night two.
I would think that Cody and Cena finishes it off.
Really?
Yeah. You got Rock, or you got Roman, I'm assuming, and CM Punk and Seth.
So, which of those bouts could you not lead WrestleMania with? You have 3 Hall of Famers in one. You have 2 in the other, right? But those 3 are the 3 best performers that you have. And you put them in one. Again, Uso and Gunter could be the first. It could be the first bout.
Yeah, that'd be a good lead.
Wow. Wow. What have we done? What have we done that you've turned a belt into a conversation piece? I loved Cody's mic work. As a matter of fact, that's his best mic work by a lot. Like, that's as good as he's been. And the fact that Cena went along, which lets me further know that Cena gets the strap. But I appreciated him taking it. Like, it wasn't him standing out, on the ramp. He was face to face, just taking body blow, death by 1,000 paper cuts. So that's as good a promo as Cody has done, and Cena's best reaction to a promo against him, even better than Rock when it was he and Rock. But I'm going to say this publicly: if Cena doesn't come out as Doctor of Thugonomics, I'm going to fight. I'm
closest to you, huh?
Look, I'm going to fight. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's interesting because there were the whole idea after the Cena heel turn was like, what's he going to look like? And his deal is, I'm the same guy. I just don't like you now.
Yeah, but go back to heel Cena.
Yeah,
I need the Doctor of Thugonomics. I need him. But this should be the leap, right? That he took a beating on the microphone. Can never allow that to happen again.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to change his psychology.
Right? You can never allow it to happen again. Dr. Thugonomics, I'm coming at you. I'm going to hit you with these bars.
Do you think as this has moved away from it, obviously less attention has been put on The Rock, almost intentionally, because they've done these promo battles and have mentioned him here and there, but not enough or a lot that would make you believe that he's going to show up at WrestleMania. But sometimes that's the art of wrestling, is they pull you along so you don't think something's going to happen and surprise you with it. Do you think we see The Rock involved in this match at all?
We have to.
Because that could amp it up the night too. Right?
We have to, right? That in order to save this thing, right? The Rock has to be required for it to matter. If it's just Cena, well, he didn't need Rock to do that. No, Rock has to be a part of it, and Rock has to have impact on it. And I think he's the ramp up. I think 2 weeks out, Rock begins to remind people of what this is really about. And then on the other side of it is who comes with him. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the thing, right? Just to make sure that it goes the way he wants it to go.
That'll be interesting.
So
now let me ask you this too, because I think there's, the new age of folks grew up with John Cena, love John Cena. Obviously, you fall in line with the story. Maybe they're not cheering for him at this point in time. But I was a huge Ric Flair fan growing up. Now, honestly, on the back end of his career, you were able to watch more of Ric Flair, in throughout his career. do you want to see Cena surpass Ric Flair, or would that hurt you a little bit as a wrestling fan?
Not bothered. My question is going to be simply, how does this set up Roman? Like that the next GOAT is Roman. Like if you didn't let Orton do it,
yeah.
But different eras. Different eras. I mean, look, you would think that we would be having this discussion about Hogan, right? The number of times but Hogan didn't let people beat him.
Yeah.
Flair was a good businessman and made that decision that, listen, I can give it to Steamboat. I can let Sting. I can let, I don't have to, I can let Ron Simmons get a win, even though it was over Vader. But if without Flair, Vader doesn't get the title. So through all the discussion, to say that Cena buried people, and that's kind of the behind the scenes part, is that Cena was going to bury people. But it also means that he lost the strap 15 times. Like the strap was taken away 15 times. And guarantee you there's not 15 people who took it away. But okay. I don't care that whatever that number is. I don't particularly care, because I think it's only there for as long as Roman Reigns will allow it to be there. In no universe do I expect that Cody Rhodes would win and lose the title 15 times.
No.
Roman? Probably.
Yeah.
And the only reason that it's not Lesnar is because of, stuff. So I don't particularly mind that it's Cena. Again, I just have one issue, that it can only be ruthless aggression. It has to be Doctor of Thugonomics. Otherwise, I don't care. I'm going to be mad.
Well, I'm going to be. I hope that, and I've, as wrestling fans, you fantasy book this stuff from a long time out, right?
100%.
So I've always thought if there's any time that Ric Flair is going to be surpassed, I need the dirtiest player in the game to do something dirty to try to prevent it. At least just pop by the ring, grab a foot or something. I hope we get a Ric Flair viewing if there is something.
Well, they built this in with the Charlotte thing, right? That Tiffy brings him into play. They brought him into the discussion and said, he said, because there's no reason to say it if you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, twofold. One, helping Cody, and then The Rock comes and beats him up, right? And makes it happen. Or with Charlotte, and that he either helps Charlotte or hinders her, but he will be a part of it. So yeah, I expect him to be there.
I was going to say, Charlotte's the other one that's definitely going to have more title belts than anybody, men's or women's, at some point here.
That is a promo that almost just wrote itself. That is a promo that, yeah. Charlotte is, wow. She had a tough night.
Yeah.
She had a tough night.
Well, and the crowd, but part of it's good because the crowd was so against her that she had to raise her voice. But at some point, that I don't. We can talk about it real quick now. Is that I don't think that they're between Charlotte and Tiffany, that the lines, like, did it cross a point? Did it get personal? Yes, but I'm always hesitant to be like, maybe Charlotte's in the business. Maybe she went on this podcast to talk about her, to partly set this up. But so I don't mind the lines. It was just like, it felt messy. It didn't felt like they scripted it or worked on it, and it just kind of lost
a look.
Yeah.
Look, the look on Charlotte's face said, oh, like I started imagining white chicks. Oh, like she was her facial meltdown. She couldn't hold it. Like she had to repop and reprocess to get her face right. And they didn't show her leaving the ring. That's the first time that we've ever seen Charlotte end a segment standing in the ring and they went and they you could hear them whispering to the announcers, get away from her. Get away from there. Bail, abort. She off the script 100%, because the DM thing, that's when you, like, the facial expression was one thing. Her pulling out, hey, your man's in my DMs, that was super personal. So bravo to both of them for going there. I rather enjoyed it.
Are you like, does it help you, make you look forward to Tiffany and Charlotte more, or did it? Didn't do that for you?
Still more excited about watching Jade and Naomi.
Are you really?
Oh, listen, I'm all for Jade. I'm all about Jade. I'm all about Jade. I'm all about Jade. I don't know what you're gonna do with Rhea. Like the why is Io Sky? Why?
The overseas crowd loves her, but you're right.
Ooh.
Well, I don't even think Bianca that's my problem. I would have liked Bianca Belair to be with Jade and Naomi, because that's the story they were telling the longest time.
Like, why did you separate it?
Right.
I don't even understand. Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's the weird thing. And I, I like the WrestleMania to partially pay off those. And this is me being a nerd, right? Because WrestleMania is there to sell tickets and be their biggest event of the year. So that's what they're going to do.
Yep.
They're going to book it that way. But I like to partially kind of sell off the people that sit and watch every week, because it's a lot to do. And so throughout the year, they kind of had Roman and Solo Sikoa, and now they're just so far off the path from that. And then the Judgment Day breakup, like, that was SummerSlam. That was the whole story of it.
9
and now they're so
months
far off the path of it.
9 months of script writing down. They just went. They just threw it all away, bruh. They don't even care. They had written the WrestleMania. I would pay to see the WrestleMania billboards from 9 months ago.
Oh yeah,
because it looks nothing like what's going to happen here in a couple of weeks. Nothing.
And they've done a good job with the like certain feuds, like Punk and Roman and Seth, kind of thrown together. Could have been more longer storytelling. I think they've made up for it there. But again, like Bianca and Rhea, that's a great WrestleMania match. Just tell me a story that gets me there. And this story is being thrown together in 3 weeks. Throw Io Sky in the middle of it for some reason. I don't know why.
This is when you know your mom didn't make dinner. Like,
That's right.
She is throwing it together, man. She is just throwing it together. You will eat it and you will like it.
All right, let's take a quick break. We got plenty more WrestleMania to talk here. I'm Jake Bockoven. He's DP. This is Nuclear Heat on 93.7 The Ticket.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boik Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at Boyk, B-O-E-C-K, farmoutfitters.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Back to Nuclear Heat with your host, Jake Bockoven on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on Nuclear Heat on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bogman. Augie Pena out today with a little bit of sickness, so we brought in the boss, DP, to talk some wrestling with us as we lead up to WrestleMania. There is some news as well in wrestling that Rusev Day might be back to WWE. I hope that means Lana too, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm a big Lana fan because of her in-ring work. That in Rusev. No, I'm just kidding about the in-ring work, but Rusev. I do like. I try to stage it as the foreign heel, kind of like Gunther, like you're saying. If they brought him back, they can't bring him back to Bobby taking his girlfriend, Rusev. He's got to be, John Cena versus Rusev for U.S. Championship type of stuff.
I still, when we were just talking about it, I would love the idea of, they used to do this back when it was territorial, right? That you would have Backlund versus Harley Race. You would have Flair versus. They never did the Flair versus Hogan thing. That never would have been a lot. Hogan was never going. Like Vince knew that his prize bull, he was never going to do that. But with Nick Bockwinkel, there were certain guys that would cross over and meet. They did a big one at Shea Stadium, right? Outdoors, bigger crowd. Andre versus Big John Studd. Like they did this thing. I would love that if they could put the egos aside for one night, for just one night, and have it be literally the belt against belt, right? Across the board. I need to see Toni Storm versus Charlotte Flair.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to, or give me Charlotte, give me Toni versus Rhea. Like give me that, right? Like I would rather enjoy that, right? Give me Johnny Moxley against Seth.
Oh yeah,
right? Like
redo the Shield back,
right? Yeah. Like let's bring that back. Like I kind of like to know what that is. So we're at that. You're right. Rusev has to be heel Rusev, and yeah, he's a little more interesting with Lana.
Yeah. No doubt. It's good to have a nice mouthpiece, as we like to say as well. Lana can do that.
That's his wife.
That's right.
Bach!
And people are worried. They've settled their differences. At one time, they split. They're back together. So my hopes of Lana coming back to WWE can remain.
You could do an entire series on pro wrestling relationships.
Oh man, could you?
You could do. let's start with Lita.
That's gonna say,
All right,
yeah, Matt
let's
Hardy
start
and-
with Elizabeth. Let's start like, where do you a baby doll? Let's go like Sherry. Let's go through the full list of those. Yeah, can we? Oh, Paige. That would be a full show, sir.
Speaking of that, New Day faced Newcastle Republic.
Segways are for kids.
Yeah, there you go. There's not much to say here. New Day beat Newcastle Republic in London, but I gotta ask you, New Day. This is again fantasy booking for years,
right?
When are they gonna break up the New Day? You can't because they make so much money. But okay, there's an injury to Big E. All right, so let's break it up. And so they could have had Kofi versus Xavier. I thought that would have been fantastic. They decided to turn them heels. Okay, but how? After years and years of plotting a New Day breakup, did they get to this point to where they're not even going to be on the WrestleMania card? I wouldn't think. I wouldn't know how they would be.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been a late push to try to do something with them and figure out how you're going to do this. Can I tell you that they could, both wrestling alliances could burn the tag team divisions right now, and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Because they've done such a poor job. The champions are who?
The War Raiders.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. WrestleMania season.
What are you doing? I don't care. Right? And you made me disinterested in New Day.
Yeah.
Right? You lose Biggie. You can't control that. You try to find a replacement. He tanks.
Yeah.
Like he tanked big time. That may be the greatest. That and who's the guy that they broke through the wall and he fell on his head? Shockmaster. Yeah. Right. Those are two. Which is still, there are things that make me laugh hysterically. You could play that any day of my adult life, and I will laugh hysterically at Shockmaster. The buildup was spectacular, and then he just killed it. He just killed it. He killed it on the wall. That one and Glacier. Do you remember Glacier?
I've heard a little bit about Glacier.
Oh, they built this thing up to be the absolute thing, and it was terrible. So I would think, here's my thing. I like the idea that use your factions as your tag team champions. And it can't be, there are no road warriors, right? There's no road warriors.
Well, the Usos, the New Day,
right? You killed it.
Yeah.
Use the bloodline. Okay. Finn and company, I'm not sure what that is now, right? Because Damien's doing his own thing. And, he was kind of the force behind that. I don't know what the tag teams are, not men or women. Like the women's tag, what?
Yeah, whispers.
What are you doing? So, yeah, WrestleMania, they're going to have a whole tag team tournament on a pay-per-view. I think it will end up being, it should be like a Raw.
Yeah. Right?
Because nobody would pay, even though you pay in advance now, right? To see tag teams. Like if they had, if I can remember being in college and going NWA, Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, and entire cards were tag team wrestling. And it was just superstars. There was, you had Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. You had the crippler Ray Stevens and Greg Valentine. They weren't really tag teams, but you put them together, Dusty Rhodes and Dirty Dick Murdoch, right? But I don't know what they're doing now. And the New Day either needs a new person, which, I thought maybe MVP, maybe Bobby Lashley, never did it. There's nobody, maybe there's somebody in development, right? Maybe somebody at NXT, or maybe somebody from AEW who comes over and adds it. But they've burned New Day, and it's a sad thing.
Yeah, it really is. And for that, for the women's tag team title, by the way, they have announced on SmackDown they're going to have a gauntlet match. I love gauntlet matches, but they're going to put Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and I love Liv Morgan. I wish Liv had a brighter light at WrestleMania. They're going to face the winner of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, B-Fab and Mishin, The Secret Hervis, and Maxine Dupree and Natalia. And like I said, I love gauntlet matches. I think the match will be entertaining, but I don't necessarily care to watch any of them compete against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I assume Lyra Valkyria and Bailey might win it, but that's not a WrestleMania match. I was surprised they announced that's going to be at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, Jade's available. Like, why would you put her against Naomi if, right? We know that's a beatdown, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody has to come help Naomi, right? That Bianca helps Naomi instead of Jade, right? Because if she comes and helps Jade, not really a thing, right? Unless you're going to put the tag team back together again, which you could do, right? You could do, right? It would help. It absolutely would make the tag team division again, right? I don't know. So here's how they currently list the card, and I'm not sure how they're going to break this thing down. Hoss and I tried to figure out how they would line this all up. So night 1 opening match, night 1 closing match, night 2 opening match, night 2 closing match, and then everything else in between. But here's what we have, right? So Cody versus Cena. It's a closing night. Which one? Not sure. Because I would imagine that Roman, Seth, and CM Punk with Paul Heyman and probably Brock Lesnar. Right? Night 2?
Yeah.
Right?
Part of it they only know because they know what those matches outcomes are going to be.
Right? Or night night 1.
Yeah.
Right? Who opens, right? That means that Gunther and Jey Uso have to open.
I think that has the opener written all over it.
Right? Like, just to get the crowd.
Yeah. Get the crowd going. I think they did this last year where they had all the good guys win, right?
Yeah.
And that can be a thing you do at WrestleMania. That would definitely get WrestleMania off to a good start. I think people would like that.
Well, you want money spent, right? Angry people will spend less money. Those are the rules. We don't make them.
Right.
Like, we don't make them. We understood that about pro wrestling law for decades. Look, you better, if they leave happy, you're going to spend more money, and they would literally line up to buy the next ticket to see their guy get even. There's difference. Then, right? So those are the 3. And then you've got the 2 women's titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the United States title, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I have no idea what they're doing with this match.
Not a whole lot. It's problem with the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title is they threw these feuds along with LA Knight. They seem to have maybe wrapped up Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, but I'd rather see Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman or Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman and LA Knight as a triple threat than just Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, which is sad because LA Knight's lost a lot of heat for what he had a year and a half ago or so. But that's where it is.
Like, you killed it.
Yeah.
Like, you killed it. You the 2 hottest guys were LA Knight and Uso, and you killed them, right? So then Jimmy Uso's not wrestling in this thing, right? Braun's not wrestling in this thing, right? So then I thought, okay, have the Intercontinental tournament. Have a tournament, right? But that's just me. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Where do you put it?
I'm interested. I think the latest where Drew McIntyre now has glass in his eye and wears an eye patch. I think that really helps actually. And I love Drew McIntyre. It was a couple weeks ago you asked me the best wrestlers out there, and I failed to mention him. And I wish that I hadn't because I think he's fantastic on the mic. I think he's a great heel. His face turn might have got a little stale there, but I think he's an incredible wrestler. But I still don't know if that's quite opening.
AJ Styles and Logan Paul. I don't like either one of them. So you can't open with a fight that people just go,
well, they're going to boo Logan. They don't like Logan.
Oh boy.
But I don't know if you want to open the show with boos.
I'm still trying to figure out, right? Do we know what? So it's Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens?
Well, Kevin Owens unfortunately came out and said he's got a neck injury. So Randy needs a sparring partner. KO's going to be out. And that could have been an opener because that was, unfortunately, KO's going to put up those matches where you thought it was going to be a very physical bout.
Bach, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would it be that you and I could get in a phone booth and beat up the Motor City Machine Gun?
I think we definitely they need to move up to our weight class.
We would have those straps. We would have those straps, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand. So Braun Breaker and Penta, is that what they're doing?
It looks like it's heading toward that. And you might have Finn Balor and Dom in there as well. But the problem is it's been Penta in the Judgment Day. This is again kind of like overshadowing. That kind of overshadows Braun, which you've had a year to set up Braun. You gave him a title, and now the story is more not that it's going to be that Penta wins it, which is I'm fine with, but it's just kind of like
I don't care about Penta.
Not a big Penta guy.
You could have done Solo, right? You could have done Fatu against Breaker. I would have.
Yes.
Right, I would watch that. Right,
Yeah.
I would absolutely watch that. If you gave me Chelsea versus Io Sky for an imaginary title, right? Let Jade beat her up. Right, that would make sense to me. Let Rhea beat her up.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you a Chelsea fan, by the way? I'm a huge Chelsea Green fan.
I don't want to hit women, but I would trip her.
This is the old term in wrestling.
Irritating.
Is it heat or is it Xbox heat? Because Xbox heat turned into like turn the channel heat, as opposed to just
it was
heat
just
was.
If I never watch her again, I'm okay.
Oh really?
If I never,
I told you we're opposites. I love Chelsea.
never again. never again. Never again. Look, if she was on NXT, I would not watch. That's where I stand with Chelsea Green.
Fair enough. Let's take a quick break. We've got one more segment. We'll talk about our WrestleMania thoughts as we wrap up the show on Nuclear Heat, our WWE Weekend Review show. I'm Jake Bockoven. He's DP. We'll be right back.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Back to Nuclear Heat with your host, Jake Bockoven on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back on Nuclear Heat on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bockoven, DP, and we're wrapping up our thoughts here as we get closer to WrestleMania, looking through some of the stuff that happened in the WWE week of wrestling. You said you weren't too big into Penta quite yet. Did you happen to catch his brother, Ray Phoenix, make his debut against Nate Frazier? It's kind of interesting, both kind of new luchadors, but Penta, a lot of the WWE universe loves. He's 40 years old. Ray Phoenix is at least a spry 34. In wrestling, that's pretty young.
I'm so not interested. I'm
Didn't catch your
trying.
attention.
I'm trying. Okay, so this is the get off my lawn version of old man wrestling fan. I need less flipping and more fighting. Listen, I don't care that you're a gymnast. I don't care that you're flexible. Can you fight? I want to watch a fight. I don't want to watch an exhibition. I want to watch a fight. And I know it's an exhibition, but I still want to believe that it's a fight.
Believable.
Like, I need to feel like at some point, if I had to throw hands with this dude, it would be a battle. I don't want to feel like they're at a disadvantage. Like this pro dude. I don't need, it's nice to have a Rey Mysterio, right? I don't need all the Rey Mysterios. I don't need them all. I need 619.
Yeah.
I don't need 4. I don't need 4. 1, I'm going to believe the first one. I'm not believing nothing else, right? If you have time to get up on the top rope and flip and spin 3 times in one sequence, you are not fighting. And that's, I'm that way with the women's wrestlers. I'm that way with the men. More so with the men. Like, I'm tired of, like, I don't need women in the ring running across the ring and doing somersaults before you do an elbow drop. Just stop. Fight. That's what I want to see. And I understand Penta came out of nowhere. This is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
This is 4 weeks. And I'm supposed to be invested for WrestleMania? Tell me your title has no value without telling me your title has no value.
Well, they've done that a lot with a lot of their titles. Like I said, Braun Breaker, if they would have given him the Gunther run,
it was set up for you.
Star.
It was set up for. It was set up for you. I don't understand a lot of the booking. This card it looks like an incomplete menu. It's like going to a restaurant. I don't know what they're serving. Tell me if Cody versus Cena is the thing because of The Rock, then where's The Rock? If you're telling me that it's the 3 legends against each other, what's going to, like, is it Heyman? Is it about Heyman? Which makes it entirely weird, because why would Seth Rollins be in the Paul Heyman? Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. I want to know. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I try not, we try to, especially, you can get into a bad mood, I suppose, if you kind of try to book yourself. So you got to give them, I like to step back and say, okay, well, at least they're making a lot of money. I'll be entertained one way or the other. But it just does feel like, as opposed to maybe last year's WrestleMania, a lot of this was just kind of thrown together, thrown against the wall, see what sticks. And here we are. No Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania is kind of surprising to me. At least I don't think we're going to see that. And if they try to bring her back with the Wyatt Six, which is rumored to be an idea, you might just bury Alexa Bliss altogether.
Wait a minute. You spent months trying to get us involved in the Wyatt Six.
Oh yeah, this closed out shows on a weekly basis.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Crickets. My bad. My bad. Hey, nothing to see here. Not one bit of the storyline.
Yeah.
Not one bit of the storyline.
And the one thing I did like long-term storytelling, of course, wrestling, this happens, but Randy Orton versus KO, and KO actually has a real-life injury and has to sit out. So you're kind of like, okay, we're in the rest of the card. Is this long-term storytelling? That's great. Now, again, you can't complain. I mean, John Cena's championships and all that stuff, that's long-term storytelling too. But just, I don't know. They got to find something for Orton. That's all I'll say, because I'm a big Randy Orton
You
fan.
have the Hall of Famer, man. give me Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Lesnar. All right, just, hey, RKO's out there, and he's like, I need somebody beat up. Like, send me anybody. And then Brock's music hits. And then they just stand there until WrestleMania. They just stand there. Take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah, I was going to say that's as effective as booking as they've had. So I think you maybe should send in WWE resume. They might hire you.
Oh, man.
Because that would get me jacked. That would get me excited. All right, that'll wrap it up for Nuclear Heat tonight. Thanks again for DP Derek Pearson for staying up late with us and talking some wrestling. We'll be back next week. That'll wrap it up for 93.7, the ticket programming for this evening. We'll send it out to National. We'll be back bright and early with early break. And, of course, there's a lot to celebrate with the basketball team winning the Crown Championship. A lot of football to talk, a lot of sports in general here in Lincoln, Nebraska. So tune in bright and early and all day tomorrow on 93.7 The Ticket.